Hey guys, this is Sean Adams here from Geek Talk, and today it's a special edition of Collector's Corner. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Nintendo 3DS. That's why I have on my fascist 3D glasses here. So you guys come back after the break and I'll show you what Nintendo's new handheld system is all about. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so here it is, the Nintendo 3DS, which just recently came out a couple of days ago. Had a chance to go ahead and pick it up today, so I'm going to go ahead and do a review with that. I also picked up the 3D edition of Super Street Fighter 4. It's the same thing as the regular Street Fighter that you always see on the console, but of course combined with the 3D, the Nintendo 3DS, I'm sorry, it gives you that awesome 3D effect. And they also have some other little things on here that you can do, like start a Wi-Fi street fight, and you can play things online, downloadable content. You can even pass somebody in the street that also has Super Street Fighter 4, and you guys can do like a simulated battle, and you don't even have to have the game installed or even plugged in on your system. So that's something I'll be willing to check out if I have the chance to. So go ahead and put that on the side for now. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up the 3DS and we're going to see what's inside of it. So here we go. Nice little packaging boxing here. It's kind of heavy. It's not that heavy though, it is. It's a little heavy. So we open up the box, and the first thing that we have is, when we pull it out, is we have a whole bunch of instruction manuals and guides. So let's just open this up and see exactly what's in here. So we have these. Let's see. The first thing we have is, we have these. We have some augmented reality cards that work with the 3DS's 3D camera. So what these allow you to do is you take these and you go ahead and you take these and you use these with the 3D camera, and there are games that you can play with the cards, like augmented reality. Like you sit the card down and it looks like something is actually there on the card when it's actually not. So that'll be fun to try out. Some augmented reality cards. I thought you had to buy these things separate, but apparently it comes with them, and it looks like it comes with 5 of them. So, and from the back they have Mario, Link, Kirby, Metroid, and it looks like they have those little Pikmin characters. If you ever played the game on the Wii, Pikmin, it looks like they have those cards too. So I'll be more than interested in checking that out later. So what we have, we also have, if you want to go ahead and subscribe to Nintendo, they have the Nintendo subscription here, or you can just go to Walmart or HEB and pick the book up. So we have that. We have join the Nintendo Club. We have a receive free extended warranty and exclusive rewards. So you can go ahead and sign up for the Nintendo Club, which is something I never did. I wanted to do when I was young, but I never signed up for it. And they have a pin and stuff on the back that I can go ahead and I can sign up for. So if I wanted to go ahead and do that, I can go ahead and do that. So we might go ahead and check that out. We might go ahead and check that out later. See what's going on with that. Wow. And here we have, I'll save that one for later. We have the 3DS Nintendo Guide. This one looks like it's in Spanish, so we're gonna go to the one that's in English. No, this one looks like this one's in French. It's not the one we want. Here we go. This is the one. The one that's in English. The Nintendo Quick Start Guide. Charge your system, turn it on and off, basic system configurations, how to play a game on the game card, and connecting to the internet. So the 3DS, it comes with a 3DS system. It comes with a charging cradle. So I guess you put it in the cradle and it charges it. We have an AC adapter, and of course we have a stylus, of course. And of course this thing can play all Nintendo 3DS games. Nintendo 3DS and Nintendo DS, but the Nintendo DS games will not be in 3D, of course, because they're not formatted for this system. And it also, the system comes with a 2 GB SD memory card slot that's already inserted in the card slot. And we can use that for storing our data and everything, so which is cool. And then on this scene right here, it shows you put your 3DS in the charging station and you plug it in. and it charges it, and it shows you where to put the stylus and everything like that. And you open it up, and it has some things on here: how to connect to the internet, and how to set up your Wi-Fi connection, your AOSS, how to set up WPS, and all that other little things. Goes over what air games are, what face raiders are, your camera, your sound, things like that. So this would be interesting to go through. Just a little quick guide before we get to the big guide that they have. And this is another little thing that they have for Street Pass. And go ahead and find the one that's in English. 2, 3. Okay, here we go. This is the one that's in English for the Mini. It's called Mini Plaza Street Pass. It says Mini Street Pass is a quick and easy way to experience Street Pass. The Street Pass feature allows Nintendo 3DS systems to automatically search for and communicate with other Nintendo 3DS systems as you walk by. So basically what that is means if you're outside and you're playing it, it's going to automatically scan the area for other people in your area that have Nintendo 3DSs, and it's going to opt you to probably play a game or probably, you know, do some things like that. Probably have to connect to them and things like that. So as you're walking by, it shows a little diaphragm right here. As you're walking by, it shows other people that may be in your area that they have Nintendo 3DSs and things like that. And I think they're also going to use that Street Pass thing for like Pokemon. Like when you're in Street Pass and somebody has Pokemon, you can do like AirPlay, or maybe download some specific content or something like that. So this has a lot of potential. I'm going to go ahead and check that out later too. And the piece de resistance, the book that I saved for last. This is a Nintendo 3DS operations manual, and it looks like a starter guide when you first start a job, because this thing is thick. This thing has a lot of pages. This thing has 327 pages to be exact, but that's counting the French side as well. The English side, let's see how many pages they have for just the English side. The English part of the book has, let's see, okay, the English side of the book looks like it has 100. The English side of the book has 108 pages. This is the English side right here. The other ones are French, probably French and Spanish, but they all have the same thing for different languages, but it's the same thing. And looking in here, shows you how to set up your Wi-Fi connection, shows you how to use the stylus, shows you how to do view car, shows you how to turn it on and off, the 3D slider for the effect. It even shows you how to viewing and adjusting the 3D image as well, so you can get that full 3D effect view. It also tells you not to tilt it or lean it. Of course, we can do that. You have to hold the screen what it says for the best 3D imagery. It says it right here. Number 1, view the screen directly in front of you, so just like this. Number 2, hold the screen 10 to 14 inches, which is approximately 25 to 35 centimeters from your eyes. Adjust the distance for easy viewing of 3 inches. So you'll be able to see it in 3D if you hold it close like this, but not too close where you're gonna blind yourself like that. So 10 to 15 inches, centimeters right in front of your face should be a good little viewing for right there for you to get the full 3D effect and for it to not look choppy or try to make you puke. And that's another little thing it goes to. It also goes to other little things, how to, what the buttons are and what the buttons do, and what's the slider and what the LED light is for, and where's the stylus go and what the buttons do, and all those things like that. So nice big thick operation manual. Thank you, Nintendo. I'm gonna go ahead and read that later when I get some time. So next off, now that we got the legal stuff out of the way, let's get to the good stuff. First thing we're gonna pull out of the box, we're gonna pull out which is the charger. Here you go. Looks like your standard charger with the little mini USB on the end. It's the charger. The second thing right here we have is the charging station. So open that up. There you go. This is the charging station. You go ahead and you just stick your 3DS in there. Click it down. Here's the port on the back where the USB port goes, and you plug that into the wall, and it plugs it straight from the station. So no more plugging the plug into your 3DS system and then into the wall. You set your thing on a docking station, and then you plug the docking station into the wall. So that's something new. And last but not least, the piece de resistance is we have the system itself. So I'm gonna lay that down. There's nothing else in the box. The box is empty, so we can go ahead and put that on the side. And the latest and greatest. Go ahead and open this up without damaging it. Go ahead and slide it out. And here it is, the Nintendo 3DS. As you can see, first of all, it has the 2 cameras on the back, which when you flip it over is going to be on the back but not on the front. The 2 cameras for the 3D effect. You also have on the side, I'm going to open it up first. Here we go. Pull that off. Just like your standard regular 3DS, you have your 2 screens. You have your D-pad. You have something new to the 3DS. You have your analog stick. It's very, very smooth, your analog stick. Of course, you have your buttons A, B, X, Y. You have your home, select, and start buttons, which are physical buttons, so you have to press on them. They're touch, but you have to physically press them for start, home, and select. You have your power button. You have your headphone jack. It's the headphone jack, which goes right there. You have your power indicator, and you have your charging indicator. It's probably when you need to telling you when it needs to be charged. Right here on the side, we have our 3D slider. Currently, right now, it's in the off position. When you go ahead and slide it up, the 3D is on, or you can slide it down in the middle so you can adjust your 3D effect. Turn it down, you turn off the 3D altogether. Of course, on the side right here is the wireless switch. Wireless is off. You do it like that, wireless is on, then you do it again, your wireless will be off. Let me go ahead and turn it on the back. You have the port where when you stick it into the charging station, this is what you'll be connecting it to, so that's for the charging station. Of course, we have the place where you can put your 3DS games and your Nintendo 3D games. We have the Magic Stylus. You have the stylus already built into it, so there's the stylus right there. Nice silvery color with the nice black on the tips and on the end with the silver finish. It's very, very nice. And put that back. This is your, looks like your 3D, well not your 3D, it looks like your wireless antenna right here. And of course it has your left and right trigger buttons right here, left and right on that. And we turn it around to the other side. We have the volume button up and down. That's your volume button. And right here in this little spot is where your SD card slot is. So we go ahead and pull that out. And inside, like I said earlier, the Nintendo 3DS comes with a 2 gig memory, 2 gig SD memory stick, which I think is awesome from Nintendo for them to include a memory stick with the game. So you go ahead, you don't have to go out and buy one, purchase separately if you didn't already have one. Nintendo already did you a favor and gave you a 2 gig memory card with your purchase of the Nintendo 3DS. So I like that. Thank you, Nintendo, for go ahead and including that in the package. So we go ahead and put that back in. So go ahead and slide and put that back in. I'll be go ahead and putting some media and stuff on there at a later date. So it's good thing. Oh, and also one more thing, I told you about the cameras on the back. There's also a camera on the front as well, so you can go ahead and you can take pictures from the front, and then the pictures from the back, those 2 cameras back there, you can go ahead and you can take your 3D pictures, and then you can go ahead and view them. Since they'll be taken in 3D, I'm quite sure you're going to need some 3D glasses to view them. Probably if I put them up on the internet, probably like on a website or YouTube or anything like that, you'll probably need the glasses. But if you're looking at it through the 3DS, you're probably not going to need the glasses. It's probably going to use the same effect that it uses for the games, where you don't necessarily need the 3D effect. But if you upload it, you can probably use those red and blue glasses like the ones I had on in the intro of my video. You can probably use those and you'll probably get the same effect that you would get if you were looking at the Nintendo 3DS screen. So it's nice. It's a nice size, the same size as all the other 3DSs. It's a little, probably maybe a little bit longer, a little bit shorter, depending on how you look at it. It has a nice black glossy finish. It's very fingerprint. It's going to be a fingerprint magnet, so I'm going to try not to touch it as much, but when I do play it, I'm going to get fingerprints on it, but got to make sure I get me a little wipey or something so I can go ahead and wipe it. And here's the back. Get your serial number. Nintendo 3DS. This is all nice and shiny and clear. And right here by your Nintendo 3DS dock for your games. So there you go, guys. And that is just a basic little overlook of the Nintendo 3DS. I'm not really sure. Let me go ahead and press the power button. It should be charged a little bit. I'm quite sure Nintendo charges their things so they can test them out. So gonna do a little preview and see what happens. So here we go. And when it first comes on, I don't know how well you guys can see it in the camera, but it's giving me the basic setup. Go ahead and set it up for English. And I can't touch it like that, so I'm gonna probably have to go ahead and use the stylus. It's a touch screen, but it still uses the stylus mechanism, but that's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably do initial setup. Not really sure how well you can see this. So go ahead and select English. It says check that the 3D depth slider to the right of this screen is all the way up, then tap next. Okay, so I guess I gotta put it in the up position. So there we go. Then go ahead and click the next button. 3D screen check. Now it's telling me to check the screen for 3D. Hold the Nintendo 3D up as shown in the illustration and tap the next button. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this now. I'm gonna hold it up like they have it hold up. And I'm gonna go ahead and press next. Nothing's happening yet. So the upper screen can display 3D images. Tap the button below to see. Okay, so now I'm going to activate the 3. It tells me right here to activate the 3D. So I'm going to go ahead and tap that. I'm going to activate the 3D, and I'm going to see what it looks like. Wow! Oh man, I wish I could put this in the camera so you guys can see what I'm saying. But oh, this is amazing. This is very, very nice. And then it's also telling me that you can use the 3D slider on the side to adjust it. So if it's too much, I can adjust it down a little bit so it wasn't so intense. And then if I want to go ahead and turn the 3D effect off altogether, I can go ahead and do that and turn the 3D effect just completely off. Go ahead and do the slider and turn the effect completely off. Excuse me guys for just a second. Okay. Sorry about that. So go ahead and turn the 3D effect back on, and wow, I wish you guys could see this. This is freaking awesome. This is 3D without glasses. This is what the television and movie companies are trying to do with their TV and 3D movies. Now I will tell you that having it straight up in front of you is the way to go, because if you turn it directly to the side, it loses its 3D appeal. So if someone's next to you and they're trying to look over, like they're trying to rubberneck you from the side, they won't see the same thing that you're seeing. So they can't see it like that. They can only probably see it if they're directly behind you, but then they would still have to be in the Nintendo 3DS screen, because if I tilt it down like this, you can't see it. If you tilt it up, I can still see it if I tilt it up like that, but if you try to turn to the side like this, or you try to turn to the side like that, you can't see it. So it has to be directly in front of you, just like the thing says, and you get this awesome 3D effect. So I'm going to go ahead and click continue on that, and then it tells me to set up my other profiles, my time and date and everything, and all of the settings that I'm setting up are now in 3D. So I can do this in 2D, but you can go ahead and turn these things off. You can go ahead and do it. You can go ahead and set everything up in 3D, or you can go ahead and turn it off and you can do things in 2D. Yeah, but this is awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn the 3D slider off. So you guys can go ahead and you can see what the screen looks like. Once it's there, I do apologize if the camera is not getting the best effect for it. So there you go. That's it without the 2D on. So, and we're going to go ahead and set that down. And that is the first off impressions of it. It is very, very clean, very smooth. That's March 30th, 2011. Go ahead and click OK. What is the time right now? The time right now is 5:09. 5:09. Click OK. Date and time have been saved. And then it's just, I'm just gonna go through the basic setup, everything like that. Profile. It's gonna tell me some internet settings, and it's gonna go through my parent control, so I can go ahead and do those. I'll go ahead and get back to those in a minute. So this has been my first overview of the Nintendo 3DS. Probably get my hands on it. My first look at the 3D effect that the camera gives you, and all I can say is that the 3D effect is awesome. I know you can't take my word for it. I wish that this camera right here could have shown you what it was, but if I'd have tried to show you the 3D effect, you wouldn't have gotten it, and it would have looked all choppy and nasty, and I wouldn't want to go ahead and do that to you guys. So I would just recommend that if you are in a GameStop or you see someone with this game, or see someone with the system, to go ahead and just check out that 3D effect, because it is awesome, and it will it will give you something to think about. Now, they also was telling that the 3D shouldn't be playing the 3DS in 3D mode for long extended periods of time. That I can agree with, because just by looking at the effect for just a little couple of seconds, it is a cool effect, but you can get that tunnel vision. You can probably get sucked into it, and it'll probably give you a massive headache from the images moving back and forth than they are in 3D. So I would extend that if you're going to play it, and you're going to play it in 3D, don't play it in 3D for extended amount of time. Probably play it for 2 hours or so. Go ahead, give yourself a break. Go get a snack, get a sandwich or something. Go wash some clothes. You can come back, and then you can come back to your game in 2D, or you go ahead and slip that slider on and go ahead and put that sucker, that puppy back in 3D. So this has been my review of the Nintendo 3DS. I am going to give, just by my initial review, I haven't even popped the game in yet, but just by the initial things of what I've gone through the setup and the initial setup, I am going to go ahead and give this a 5 out of 5, because I like what Nintendo did with it. I like the aspect of it. I like what they can go ahead and do with this in the future. I see this having very, very good potential for 3D games in the future. And I know that manufacturers for TVs and even movie studios are going to go ahead and try to copy what Nintendo is doing, so they can go ahead and bring you 3D. They can go ahead and bring you 3D in your home and in the movie theaters without glasses. And if they can go ahead and mimic what I just saw on your TV or on your big screen, and it'll be a very immersive effect. But it would, like I said, you would have to be in that sweet spot. You wouldn't be able to move or have any outside distractions that would interrupt your 3D viewing. But other than that, I think they have a very, very good product here, very stable, very sturdy, and I see this thing doing very well in the future and breaking headlines and breaking new ground. So that's what I think about that. So that has been my review of the Nintendo 3DS for you guys. I would like to thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any comments, please leave some comments below, and please rate and subscribe to my channel. So like I said, this is Sean Adams from Geek Talk. This has been Collector's Corner for the Nintendo 3DS, and I'll see you guys next time.